Changing the oil on a Triumph Bonneville is an easy maintenance, and Triumph recommends doing this maintenance every 6,000 miles or every 1 year. In order to change the oil, you'll need minimal tooling, just a socket set, and I'd recommend a torque wrench as well. For materials, you'll need an oil filter. I used the KN-204-1 as well as 3.8 liters of motorcycle oil. In addition, you'll need a new crush washer that is sized M14 for the oil plug, a oil funnel, as well as an oil catch pan. To start the maintenance, start by running your motorcycle for a few minutes to allow the oil to warm up, and then let the bike set for about 10 minutes to ensure you do not burn yourself from the oil that flows out. Both the oil filter and the drain bolt are on the underside of the motorcycle, so start by removing anything obstructing access like a skid plate. Go ahead and place the oil catch pan under the bike, but make sure the center of the pan is at least 6 to 8 inches in front of the oil sump plug, as the oil will project forward once you remove the plug. To loosen the drain plug, use a 13mm socket, and remove it completely to allow the old oil to flow out of the motorcycle. After a few minutes, rock the bike side to side and shake the motorcycle to get out as much old oil out of the bike as possible. Make sure to fish out the oil drain plug if it fell into the oil catch pan. You can reuse the oil drain plug, but will need a replacement crush washer. Using the old washer will likely lead to oil leaking. You can place a new crush washer onto the oil drain plug and reinsert the plug back into the bike and tighten it to 25 Newton meters. Be very careful not to over-tighten any of the oil system components. The next step is to remove the old oil filter. Most K&N oil filters can be removed with a socket wrench, but some might need a special strap wrench to get a grip around it. With the new filter, it's recommended to fill it up before placing it back onto the bike. Pour a bit of oil into the filter and allow the air bubbles to escape. Do that a few times until it's mostly filled up. Make sure to rub some fresh oil around the ring of the filter. This prevents the thread from seizing to the filter. Place the new filter onto the bike and be very careful to not tighten it past 10 Newton meters. It's a very light torque setting, and I recommend using a torque wrench. Damaging any engine components on your bike is a huge headache if you need to fix them. Once the drain plug and oil filter are back on the bike and tightened to spec, undo the oil filler cap and begin adding the new oil. After adding a few quarts of oil, make sure to continuously check the oil sight on the side of the bike and ensure not to overfill it. Once the oil ends up at the proper level, run the bike for 2 minutes to allow the oil to flow through the system. Check the oil level again and add more oil if needed. After the maintenance is completed, be sure to recycle the old oil properly. Pretty much any auto parts store will take old oil for free. Used oil is quite persistent and causes contamination to your local soil and water, so make sure to dispose of it properly.